So hi there, grade 5 pupils. So for our first lesson for grade 5 mathematics quarter 1, so let us have divisibility rules. So for this week, so we will be discussing divisibility rules of 2, 5, and 10. So later on, you will know why these numbers are grouped together. So let's start. So to start our discussion, let us have our lesson objectives. So first and foremost, we have to define what is divisibility. Okay, so bago natin i-discuss yung mga rules ng divisibility na yan, we should know first what is the meaning of divisibility. And then after that, we will now be discussing on how to use divisibility rules for 2, 5, and 10 to find the common factors of the numbers. So let us now proceed to defining what is divisibility. So in mathematics, divisibility means that we can divide a whole number by another whole number without having a remainder. Okay, so for you to understand what is divisibility, okay, so ano nga ba yung without remainder na yan? Like for example, if you have 20 pesos and then the 20 pesos will be divided into 2 because you will be giving these children an equal amount of money. Okay, so 20, i-divide natin siya sa 2, will get 10 pesos. So it means, bawat bata makakakuha ng equal amount na 10 pesos. And then wala tayong matitira. So kung binigyan mo yung bata ng 10 pesos, and then binigyan mo yung pangalawang bata ng another 10 pesos. So equal amount sila. And then add natin yon, we'll get 20. So I hope it's clear. Next, without performing actual division, we can easily determine if a number is divisible by a given number. This can be done by following the rules of divisibility. Okay, this means that hindi natin kailangan i-divide talaga yung number para lang malaman natin kung divisible ba yon sa given number. Okay. So, meron tayong sinusundan na rules which is yung rules of divisibility na i-discuss po natin sa ating video lesson. So, let us now proceed to divisibility rules for 2, 5, and 10. So, dun sa intro natin kanina, so nasabi ko doon na i-discuss ko what is the reason behind yung 2, 5, and 10 ay magkakasama. So, here is the reason. So, the divisibility rules for 2, 5, and 10 are combined together because checking the ones digit or the last digit of the whole number is required. So, yung ones digit, ito po yung pinakahuling digit, pinakahuling numero sa isang given number. Okay, yung nasa bandang right, yung pinakahuli, hulihan. Okay, so kapag divisibility rules for 2, 5, and 10 ang pinag-uusapan, required po nating i-check yung ones digit na yan. So let us have examples of numbers divisible by 2, by 5, and by 10. Okay, so ayan yung mga numbers for divisibility rule for 2, 5, and 10. Okay, so ayan. For divisible by 2, we have 26, 98, 134, 302, 470, and 500. And then on the second column, we have divisible by 5. So, anong napapansin natin dyan sa mga examples dyan sa divisible by 5? Okay. So, kung alam nyo kung ano yung meron dun sa mga given numbers na yan, pwede nyong ilista. Okay, and then we have examples for divisible by 10. Okay, so kung ano ba yung mga common sa mga numbers na given dyan sa divisible by 10. Now, the question is, how can we easily determine if a number is divisible by 2, 5, and 10? Diba? Sabi nga, we don't need to perform actual division in order for you or for us to determine if that number is divisible by a particular number. So, i-discuss natin yung mga rules na yan, isa-isa. So let us have the first rule, which is the divisibility rule for 2. So when can we say that a particular number is divisible by 2? So if a number is divisible by 2, then its last digit should be 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. So note, all even numbers are divisible by 2. So since we are checking the ones digit or the last digit of a given number, so kapag divisible by 2, kailangan nag-e-end po yan sa 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. Otherwise, we cannot say that given number is divisible by 2. Then meron siyang note dyan, lahat ng even numbers ay divisible by 2. So yung mga even numbers na yan, ayan po, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. And then yung mga odd numbers, ito naman yung 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay. Yung mga odd numbers, hindi po sila divisible by 2. So we have examples of numbers divisible by 2. So ayan, 8, 52, 160, 3,546, 40,974, 289,728. So let us check the last digit. Okay, so dito yung 8, ayan, so isa lang siya. So 8, tama, divisible by 2 yan. Yung 52, yung ones digit niya is 2. That is why divisible by 2 siya. Let's have 160. Last digit niya is 0, and 0 is an even number. Next, 3,546, nag-e-end po yan sa 6. That is why this is also divisible by 2. Then, we have 40,974, nag-e-end po yan sa 4. Okay, so 4 is an even number. So this number is divisible also by 2. And then finally, we have 289,728, nag-e-end po yan sa 8. This is also divisible by 2. So, yan po yung mga examples ng mga numbers na divisible by 2. So, tandaan lang natin, dapat nag-end sa 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. So, I hope naging clear yung discussion natin dun sa divisibility rule for 2. So, let us now proceed to divisibility rule for 5. So, if a number is divisible by 5, then its last digit is 0 and 5 only. Okay, so ayan. Very specific naman siya dito kasi dalawa lang dapat yung maging last digits ng number para masabi natin na divisible by 5. Kailangan nag-e-end lang po sa 0 o kaya naman 5. Examples. O ayan. Tandaan, chine-check natin dito yung last digit. So ayan, 75 nag-e-end sa 5. 290 nag-e-end sa 0. 685 nag-e-end sa 5. So ayan, basta last digit lang ang titignan natin, hindi natin kailangan i-divide yan. Next, 1,000 nag-e-end sa 0. Ones digit ng 3,125 is 5, divisible by 5. 19,045 nag-e-end po yan sa 5, divisible by 5. 52,980 nag-e-end po sa 0. This is also divisible by 5. 264,055 nag-e-end po sa 5. So this is the divisible by 5 also. And finally, we have 1,234,560 nag-e-end po sa 0. So that is also divisible by 5. So yung last example natin, which is 1,234,560. So hindi na natin kailangan i-divide pa yan sa 5 para lang malaman natin, ma-confirm natin kung divisible ba siya sa 5. Kasi mapapagod lang po tayo sa pag-divide. So nag-end po yan sa 0, automatically divisible by 5 yan. It means wala po siyang remainder. And then finally, divisibility rule for 10. So if a number is divisible by 10, then its last digit is 0 only. O yan, very specific talaga siya dyan. Kailangan ng last digit lang talaga niya is 0. Otherwise, we cannot consider that number divisible by 10. Okay. Also, if a number is both divisible by 2 and 5, then it is also divisible by 10. Okay. So, kung na-check natin na divisible by 2 siya, walang remainder sa 2 and 5, automatically considered siyang divisible by 10. Okay, pero syempre yung pinakamadali sa lahat, kapag last digit niya is 0, automatically divisible by 10 po siya. Examples. Ayan. So ayun, ano yung mga common digits, common last digits or common ones digits? 0. So lahat po ng mga given na yan, 60, 270, 830, 1,240, 5,000, 13,660 are all divisible by 10. Okay, so yan ang pinakamadaling divisibility rule sa lahat. Basta nag-end sa 0, that's it. So, I hope pupils, grade 5 pupils, naintindihan natin yung divisibility rules for 2, 5, and 10. So, let us now proceed to activities. So, na-discuss na po natin yung definition and divisibility, yung divisibility rules for 2, 5, and 10. So, let us now assess kung naintindihan ba ninyo yung mga divisibility rules na i-discuss. So, for our first activity, so encircle the letter of the correct answer. So, multiple choice lang po siya. So, let us have the first question. Which of the following numbers is divisible by 2? So, habang pinapanood mo tong video na to, so, pwede mo siyang i-pause kung nagsasagot ka talaga. Kung ina-assess mo sa sarili mo, kung naintindihan mo ba yung na-discuss. And then, kapag may sagot ka na, tsaka mo pindutin uli yung start button, play button, para ma-check kung tama ba yung iyong sagot. So, ayan. So, let us have the choices. Letter A, 24. Letter B, 63. Letter C, 77. Or letter D, 91. So, divisibility rule by 2, kailangan nag-e-end siya sa 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. So, letter A, the last digit or the ones digit is 4. Letter B, 3. Letter C, 7. And then letter D, 1. So, obviously, so yung sagot po natin dito is letter A. Okay, kasi yung last digit niya is 4. So, 4 is an even number. Yung 3, 7, tsaka 1, yung letter B, C, and D, odd numbers po yan. So, 24 is divisible by 2. So, I hope nakuha mo yan. So, let us now proceed to number 2. So, all of the following numbers are divisible by 5 except. So, ibig sabihin, lahat daw ng mga numbers na nakalista ay divisible by 5 except dun sa isa. So, let us have the choices. A, 70, B, 55, C, 43, or D, 35. Okay, so yung rule natin sa the divisibility by 5, so kailangan nag-e-end sa 0 and 5. A, nag-e-end sa 0. Letter B, 55, nag-e-end sa 5. Letter C, nag-e-end siya sa 3. And then letter D, nag-e-end sa 5. So, which among these choices is not divisible by 5? The answer is letter C. Kasi nag-end po siya sa 3. Kailangan po 0 and 5. So, I hope tama ka ulit dyan. Next, number 3. Which of the following numbers is divisible by 5 and 10? Ayan. Letter A, 34. Letter B, 46. Letter C, 75. And letter D, 90. Okay, so dito, dalawang numbers ang tinutukoy niya. Divisible by 5 and 10 siya mismo. So, kung titignan natin yung mga choices, hindi po kasama sa option natin yung letter A and letter B. Kasi, kung divisible by 5 ang pag-uusapan, hindi naman po yan nag-e-end sa 5. Next, ang natitira na lang po nating choices, letter C, 75, and letter D, 90. So, divisible by 5 yung 75, as well as yung 90. Pero, kasama yung 10. Okay, so yung 75 ba, pwede nating i-divide sa 10? Hindi po. Magkakaroon siya ng remainder. Therefore, ang sagot po natin dito is letter D. Pero kung hindi kasama yung 10, divisible by 5 lang, of course, ang sagot natin, letter C and letter D. Next, let's have activity number 2. Write yes or no if the number is divisible by the given number. So, yan lang ang instruction ng ating second activity. Just simply write yes or no. Yes, oo. No, hindi. For example, letter A, number 1, given 48. Is 48 divisible by 2? The answer is yes, kasi nag-e-end siya sa 8. And 8 is an even number. Is it divisible by 5? No, it's because hindi naman po siya nag-e-end sa 0 and 5. By 10? No, kasi hindi rin siya nag-e-end sa 0. Okay, so next, 345. Is it divisible by 2? The answer is no, because the last digit or the ones digit 5 is not an even number. Okay, divisible by 5 ba siya? Yes, obvious na obvious kasi nag-e-end po siya sa 5, yung ones digit niya. And then, is it divisible by 10? The answer is no, dahil yung ones digit niya is not 0. Next, 880. Divisible by 2? Yes. Is it divisible by 5? Yes, kasi nag-e-end sa 0 eh. Next, by 10. The answer is also yes, kasi nag-e-end po sa 0. So, tandaan natin, kapag yung number divisible by 2 na siya, and 5, automatically divisible by 10 na din po siya. Next, 4,796. We have by 2, yes. And then, since hindi naman siya nag-e-end sa 0 and 5, no siya dito, tsaka sa fourth column. Next, 11,250 divisible by 2, yes. Nag-e-end kasi sa 0. Divisible by 5, yes. So, dahil dalawang yes na yon sa 2 and 5, automatic, yes na rin po dun sa by 10. So, ayan lang po yung ating second activity. Let us have the last activity. Answer the following problems. Ayan, we have problem solvings. Number 1. Darwin has collected 120 Yu-Gi-Oh cards. If he will give his card collections among his 10 friends, will each of them receive an equal number of cards? Why or why not? So, meron 120 Yu-Gi-Oh cards si Darwin na ibibigay niya dun sa kanyang 10 kaibigan. So, ang tanong natin dito, yung 10 kaibigan niya ba is magbibigyan ng equal number ng cards? So, let us apply divisibility rule by 10. Okay. So, kung titignan natin yung 120, yung ones digit niya is 0. So, since ones digit niya is 0, therefore, it is divisible by 10. Okay, so 120 is divisible by 10. Pwede nating i-divide yung 120 sa 10 nang walang remainder. So, ibig sabihin, yung 10 friends na yun, 10 kaibigan niya, magkakaroon ng pare-parehong number ng cards. So, 120, divide natin yan sa 10, ang makukuha natin is 12. So, ibig sabihin, kada friend niya makaka-receive po ng 12 cards. So, pantay-pantay sila ng makukuha. So, walang magiging lamang. Next, number 2. Janice is older than her sister, Jelly. Their ages are divisible by 2, 5, and 10. Their ages is between 21 and 45. How old are they? Okay, so si Janice daw ang nakakatandang kapatid ni Jelly. So, mas matanda si Janice kay Jelly. And then, yung edad ng dalawang sisters na yan ay nasa pagitan ng 21 and 45. So, since divisibility rules for 2, 5, and 10, so i-consider natin dito is yung divisibility by 10 na mismo. Okay. Kasi, kapag divisibility rule by 2 lang, hindi pwede yung 5. Okay. Pag naman, 5, kailangan 5 and 0 lang siya. Okay, so lista natin yung mga numbers na nag-end sa 0 from between 21 and 45. So, 21 to 45, we have 30 and 40. So, dalawa lang po sila. So, kung hindi kasama yung 10, divisible by 2 and 5 lang, ayun, or divisible by 5 lang, pwede nating ilista yung 25, 35, ayan. So, ayan po, 30 and 40. So, ibig sabihin, si Janice is 40 years old. So, dalawang number lang po kasi yung pasok dun sa ating hinihingi. Okay. Next, Jelly is 30 years old. So, as you can see, yung edad ni Janice is 40, Jelly is 30, meron silang age gap na 10 years. Ayan. So, ayan, nasagot na yung ating tanong. How old are they? So, for our last problem, between 1 and 49, list down all whole numbers that are both divisible by 5 and 10. Okay. So, sa pagitan ng mga numbers na given na yan, 1 and 49, ililista natin yung mga whole numbers na divisible by 5 and 10. So, mag-start tayo sa 5, siyempre. So, ang pinaka-technique natin dito is yung tinatawag nating skip counting. Skip counting by 5. So, mag-start tayo sa 5, then 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and 45. So, ayan. Na-list down na natin yung mga whole numbers na divisible by 5 and 10. So, kung tinanong ka ng teacher mo, ilan yung mga numero na yan, just simply count them. So, we have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, there are 9 numbers between 1 and 49 that are both divisible by 5 and 10. So, ayan, skip counting by 5, yung pinaka-method natin dyan. So, kung divisible by 2 naman, skip counting by 2. Kung divisible by 10, skip counting by 10. So, I hope naging clear tayo sa ating problem number 3. So, what will be our next video lesson? So, for the next video lesson, we will be discussing another divisibility rules. This time, divisibility rules for 3, 6, and 9. So, again, may didiscuss natin dyan kung bakit yung tatlong numbers na yan ay pinagsama. So, I hope nagkaroon kayo ng idea, natuto kayo kung paano malaman na ang given number ay divisible by 2, 5, and 10. So, yun lang. Maraming salamat.